afternoon. Shannon McField here, reporting from the Arkansas Holiboll News Report.
And I'm Roz Arback. We come to you today with the latest on the Slave Coast and the Gold Coast.
The African trade mushroomed.
But not a poisonous mushroom, like this one.
No, not a poisonous mushroom. But mushroomed as in gotten bigger.
Africa's growing slave trade was not the cause of European colonization, although
slaves were a very important export. But African gold, ivory, and timber
trees
were still very important. But when it came to buying, those Africans were just really picky people.
Excuse me, what do you mean by those Africans? Are we going to have a problem? Do we need to take this outside?
That totally came out wrong. What I meant was the African people had to have the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. Proceed.
When trading things like beads,
these are pretty.
Textiles.
That does not look comfortable.
Guns.
That's scary.
And metals.
Shiny.
They had to be just amazing, exquisite, the best of the best. You never, ever cheat an African man.
As you can see by this pie chart, 60% of the goods were from Europe and India. They were textiles. 30% were hardware and weaponry. And another percent, which we don't know, but some percent, was from America, and it was rum and tobacco. And I didn't have anything else to fill this up, so I just colored it blue. I like pie. Sorry.
Anyways, so the Europeans visited Africa, right? Okay, but they weren't interested in colonizing or making European colonies. They were interested instead with slave trade. See, it just works out like that.
Okay, so now we are going to give you a crucial behind-the-scenes look at the African slave trade from a man who was in the Dutch East India Company. This man is the most level-headed man I've probably ever spoken to. He has such a way with words. I mean, you know, some people have those caveman talks where they just grunt all the time. It's really annoying. But this man is so eloquent. He's beautifully spoken. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to put your hands together for one of the best men I know, William Bosman.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. Bosman, tell us exactly how you make a buck in the Royal African Trading Company.
Well, you see, the competition is just very, I can't even explain it. It's so intense. And you sell and you trade gunpowder and muskets and then sometimes when you get cheated by them people, you just gotta use your gunpowder and your muskets and then when you buy the slaves, not only do you have to pay the king for them, but then you gotta pay a premium price. Do you know how
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to see the other side of the slave trade. You know, from an African's point of view. Those Africans, they're always late! Ugh!
Okay, so the next person we're going to have on here is a king. And let me tell you, he has got to be one of the wisest guys I've ever spoken and interviewed. I mean, he's just like so wise, you could just call him an owl. That could be his nickname, the owl. I mean, it's just like he's a philosopher, like a Greek philosopher. But technically he's not Greek, he's African actually. Shannon McField, reporting here with the King of Asante.
Asante!
Right, Mr. King of Asante. Can you tell us your opinion on, slave trade and, the wars in Africa?
I cannot hide in the bushes. Like a thief. My ancestors did not do so. If I kill a man who is insolent, his gold must be mine. His slaves must be mine. His people must be mine. Do not the White Kings act like this?
I guess you could say that. I'll be back.
Why did she leave me? I do not like to be alone. You know, I was left alone a lot when I was a child. My grandmother left me alone. My mother didn't come home. She was always out late at night, talking to her cows, which I didn't understand. I never talked back. But it made me who I am. Strong king of Asante, not Asante. I am happy. I am happy, can't you see? I wish I had a friend.
You people ask way too much for your slaves! Ugh!
If you have a problem with our slave trade prices, you take it up with George Washington.
Who is that?
I don't know. What we're trying to say is,
kids, racism is just wrong. Just wrong. Do you see a difference between this sock puppet and this sock puppet?
other than their colors, they serve the exact same purpose.
To sing!
Ebony and ivory go together in perfect harmony.
Hug, friend. Oh, sorry, they kind of do that.